This is my first video talking about one of my previous videos. I did a video a couple weeks ago about the Philadelphia 76ers. And my thinking was they need to shut down Joel Embiid, Paul George, scrap the season. And that's what they did. So the real question is, what's next? And it sucks because Philly is kind of stuck in this spot of no man's land. And I don't understand how a team in that city, in that location, with those type of fans, with the history they have, like, how do you get in this situation? How do you allow yourself to sink in the depths of the NBA like this? Like, it's the New Orleans Pelicans or the Charlotte Hornets being this bad isn't that shocking to me. Like, it's not okay. I understand it, but just a couple years ago, Philly was right there. Like, they lost to Toronto, and I think that was the round before the conference finals. They were right there. They lost to Toronto in the playoffs. We've seen them go at it with, I think it was the Pacers. Like, they've had some playoff runs the last couple years with Embiid. I thought when they signed Paul George, they would be taking that next step. But I don't think Paul George is that guy. I don't think you can trade him in the offseason because with his health recently, who's going to take you serious? Like, what can you actually get for a Paul George? And then with Joel Embiid, you just signed him to a massive extension, which is just, I know it sounds so egotistical when fans say that they could be GMs and all of that stuff, but I truly believe I could be a better GM than half the GMs working in the football world and basketball. Like, some of them just are not good at their jobs. I don't get how you have a guy that's had missed half of his career games and is currently out and hurt and all of that stuff, and you give him another extension. Why do you do this? And you didn't give him like pennies or anything. You didn't give him a little small contract. You like maxed the contract out to where a massive amount of your cap is going to this guy for the next couple years. That's just insanely stupid to me. And then you got guards, they're doing really well. You got Jared McCain, who was having an incredible rookie season. Then he got hurt, had to shut it down. And Tyrese Maxey, who is killing, he's cooking out there by himself, doing as much as he possibly can. He got paid, so he's gonna have to stick around for a while. But what are your options? What are you doing to go to that next level? The good news is the Sixers do have some draft picks over the next couple seasons, but I've been watching the college tournament the last couple of days. I'm not seeing many guys out there that will make that much of an impact. Like, you had a couple role players here and there, but there's not many superstars that are just blowing you away. Like, wow, this guy's incredible. There's just aren't, that can't be the way you're gonna build. Plus, I think with where Joel Embiid is with his health, Paul George with his health, you need to get rid of those picks and try to get another guy in there that can consistently perform next to Tyrese Maxey. I don't know how you work that out with the contract situation because you did max both of those guys. It's just I can't get past that because it's so bad. like like next year, your first rounder, OKC has the rights to that. Just more draft picks for them, which I think is draft picks are a little overrated to me personally because most teams don't draft well, most players don't pan out. Like, I'm not as high on draft picks as most people, so I'm more willing to trade the pick if you're gonna get a solid player that can perform right now. So I think the Sixers are kind of stuck in a no man's land. I don't see how they get out of this. I just don't think it's possible in the next 3 to 5 years. Like, until Joel Embiid's contract is done, Paul George's contract is done, they're going to be stuck here. A at best playing team, at best. Because if Joel Embiid does get healthy, he's going to get healthy and he's going to be hurt again. That's just the reality of his career. And I'm not saying that because I want him to be injured, right? Like, Paul George was incredible until he had that gruesome leg injury. But once he had that injury, since then, it's been a lot of healthy and then he's hurt, and then he's healthy and then he's hurt. And once a player gets to that point in their career, it's really, really, it's impossible pretty much to come back from. I think the only way you can come back from injuries like that and perform at a higher level is if you change your game. You got to play a different style of basketball at that point, especially if it's a leg injury, anything below the waist. Like, you can't be jumping as much, you can't be jumping as hard, you got to slow down a little bit. You won't be able to play all the games. You'll be sitting out back to backs. Like, you have to kind of operate that way. And for a guy like Paul George, a lot of his game was predicated on that. The kids love the smoothness of it, to cross you up and dunk on you. He could back you down and do the and give you the fadeaway. Joel Embiid, the same thing. He's not the traditional big man where he's going to stay around the rim and box out and fight for boards and stuff. Like, he's playing out on the perimeter, moving around a lot. And it just will never be the same. And it sucks, obviously. It's not something you want to see. But the reality is, at this point in their careers, there's no reverting back to what it was. This is just who you are now. So I think the Sixers are going to be stuck in this just basketball purgatory for the next at least 3 years. I don't know what to expect. So what do you expect from the 76ers? Let's just say next season. What are you looking forward to seeing from them? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Chris. I'll see you next time.